Baby Bam Bam Bumkin here. This is my Mormon Hermetica series. Enjoy. We're going to visit today the Pioneer Museum in Salt Lake City, Utah. Enjoy! Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the great state of the Eye and the Beehive, Salt Lake City, Utah. Here is our state capital. And for those of you that are familiar with the film Legally Blonde 2, I've never seen it. Our state capital is actually depicted as the nation's capital in Washington, D.C. It was this building in the film. They were actually in Utah, not Washington, D.C. But right across the street from there is the Pioneer Memorial Museum. This is a really exciting place, and there are really amazing things inside here. Let's take a visit. One of the really incredible and exciting things here are the different things owned by the prophet Joseph Smith of our church, the Mormon church, a church that I happen to be a member of. And this is a Masonic emblem that he carried with him. Here was a lock of his hair. This is a lock of the prophet Joseph Smith's hair. So one day, they may even be able to genetically clone Joseph Smith, which would be really incredible and amazing thing. And then in Masonic, this was a Masonic stamp that Joseph Smith had. You can see Boaz and Yachian, the pillars of the temple, with the all-seeing eye. I just love straight-edge Weasels. This was considered to be one of Joseph Smith's very favorite straight-edge Weasels. He used it. It's amazing to imagine him using this on faith. There are also all kinds of quack medical devices and things. Here's a bloodstone that was used to stop bleeding over the lungs over 150 years ago. One really cool thing the pioneers used to do is they would take pieces of people's hair and then weave them and turn them into pictograms and things like that. This has hail from all the different prophets of the LDS Church, and then Joseph Smith, who was the prophet of the True and Living Church of the LOA, which I'm a part of. That was Joseph Smith's lock of his hair. Those hail from Brigham Young, Wilford Woodruff, Bathsheba, who was a really high priestess, and actually the LDS Church. Just incredible. Oh my word, here's one of the reasons I come every time to see this peep stone. Here is an actual peep stone, or a seal stone, here in this museum. This is proof that the Mormon Church has been involved with forms of scrying with peep stones. This may even, no one knows where this really came from, but it's just amazing. If you stare into it long enough, I guarantee you will see things. You could receive all kinds of different forms of information, inspiration, by staring into this long enough. Pause your video now. Pause this video right now and stare into this peep stone. I think it also works digitally over the internet. This was one of Brigham Young's sacred peep stones that he would use. It was the bloodstone, and he always kept this on him and carried it. It's a chain on a chain, and it was used as a protector for him. And more Masonic regalia that was owned. This was actually owned by Brigham Young, who was the first prophet of the LDS Church. First president. He wasn't a prophet, he was a president. Now this is an incredibly amazing thing. This has been put back in the archives and is no longer available to see by the public, but it is in the archives of this museum. It used to be open for the public. This is a magical municipal table that was owned by Wilford Woodruff, the fourth president of the LDS Church, and it is a magical talisman that he used to carry around with him. Now, the magical writings written upon this, and this is just an incredibly mysterious magical talisman. When I asked the curator of the museum what happened to this, she started to get very suspicious with me and started to say things like, "Why do you want to know? Why do you want information on that? Are you a family member of Wilford Woodruff's?" And she was very questionable. And then the little old pioneer lady there that takes you on toes, the daughter of the pioneer lady, asked her, "Well, what was it? What was this object that he is asking about?" And she said to her, "Oh, it's just something that came over from the old days, over the plains, and came over from the East Coast in the olden days." See, the LDS Church has continually distanced themselves from their origins and from their magical roots and their magical foundations. It's very disturbing, and I was under high suspicion for even asking what happened to this magical object that was owned by Wilford Woodruff, the fourth president of the LDS Church, and who was a member of the School of Prophets, who are actually the School of Prophets happened to be an inner organization. That's the inner circles of the Latter-day Otto of Almond, which I happen to be a part of. Now this is just incredible. This is one of the things I always come here to see as well. This is a two-headed lamb, a two-headed sheep, and, you know, metaphorically, it represents the head of both Lucifer and Jesus and the twinned God. And it just is an example of how the double-twinned lamb of the new aeon is here in the new dispensation. For this is the new dispensation, and the last dispensation is over. Sorry if you missed him, but the Christ is already come and gone. You missed him. Here is our sacred sheep, the two-headed Satan Lucifer twinned deity. This is the original Eagle's Gate that used to be at the head of State Street. This is the original eagle that was over there, and you see it's an eagle standing on top of a beehive. Further proof of the magical origins of Mormonism, here is a dried toad, a dried frog. These were carried around with people as familiar spirits. This is just an incredible drawing of Joseph Smith in his full temple clothing. You see him in his endowment clothing, with the trumpet heralding the new age or the new dispensation. Here we have a third-degree Masonic apron, and you can see that this was Lucifer's apron in the temple of the endowment ceremony. And then finally, the flag of the Nauvoo Legion, the sacred flag to the Order of the Morning Stars. Thank you so very, very much for visiting with us today at the Pioneer Museum in Salt Lake City, Utah, the state of the eye and the beehive. I say these things in the name of Amen, Son's Amen, Son Amen, and Amen.